Welcome all of you to this Indian Men's Blog. Today I have to answer through this video to all those peoples of varied age, maybe from teenagers to adults, middle ages, so on. This matter will deal with your personal problem, and if you feel that whatever I say is of something useful, please do subscribe to this channel. Now the question is how to deal with the situation when you are cheated and dumped. This can happen between friends, between lovers, between husband and wives, between any relationships. Cheating and dumping is quite a type of emotional abuse, and this today's my interaction with all of you is regarding this. If somebody cheats and dumps you, cheats on you and dumps you for some other body, remember here I'm talking about body. Someone cheats you and dumps you and enjoys doing so, and what could be the reaction to the person who has been dumped, who has been cheated? Well, it is a very serious matter. It is a matter of trust that is broken. It is a matter of faith that is broken. In any relationship, trust and faith is the key. And when somebody dumps it, and when somebody dumps you or cheats you, the trust gets broken. The trust is breached. Trust is broken. The faith is shattered. Obviously, you will be totally sad. The first reaction, the very first reaction is of sadness and a deep anguish, deep sad and deep sorrow. Nobody can elaborate better than the person who has suffered this heartbreak. I can feel, I can empathize with it. I have a special gift to empathize with this situation. Now, so the first reaction will be of sadness. You will be very much sad, heartbroken, emotionally disturbed. You will be in the verge of crying, or you might cry aloud, silently, or maybe with your friends and dear ones. This is a matter of emotional setback. Now, this has another impact. This heartbreak, will lead you to depression, where you might think, because of hormonal issues or because of immaturity, you might think the world is enough. The world is like this. You are nowhere. You might take up some negative step. You might turn into alcoholic. You might turn into some very addictive way. Addiction you might take up. This also might result in you being a patient of depression, patient with depression. Now, in extreme cases, it might lead to suicide. That has been noticed in many teenagers and many even grown-up people. This is a serious matter I am telling you. So please don't take it light. Now, after this situation, if somebody sustains it, then the situation will come, he will think that he has been used up. The person who has been dumped, the person who has been cheated will feel that he or she has been used up. There will be a feeling of so cheapness. Will consider himself or herself as very cheap. Oh, am I so cheap that the person has used me? Am I so cheap? Anybody can use and throw me? So this feeling of cheapness, the feeling of used by others, will make you feel hollow, will make you feel very, very less in your own eyes. And this slowly will give you anger. So after depression, the next effect of this is anger. You might get very angry. In anger, you will try to kill that person who has harmed you, or who has cheated on you, or you will try to harm that person physically, or you might try to harm yourself too. That is a very dangerous situation. Please listen to this video completely. There is a solution to this. This is the second effect of being used up or being cheated and being dumped by others. Especially whom you believe, whom you have faith, whom you trust. If that person dumps you, cheats you, breaks your faith and trust, then this situation comes when you will be very, very angry. But this is also a negative expression. The third expression is of this type of situation. The third expression of your anger, or let me say your frustration, or your depression, or your emotional suffering. That's a great emotional suffering. Great emotional suffering. That's in fact emotional abuse. So you will feel many things. The world is just like this. The world is full of these people. Maybe the world is like this. From now on, I will also start cheating and dumping on others. I will have no belief or faith or trust in any relationship. So you will lose, very prized gift, that is trust in relationship. The relationship maybe between brothers and sisters, maybe parents and children, maybe between friends, maybe between elders, the peers and the siblings and all. This trust will completely shatter, and the person who has been cheated or dumped will regard that the world is just like this, and I will have no responsibility on or of any relationship. I will not take any responsibility, or I will also behave in the same way, and that person might turn out to be utterly irresponsible person. The one who has been cheated and dumped will regard the whole world is like this and will go on in rampaging the relationship. He will or she will build relationship and will break it in this way, break another heart, will go on. The whole world will mean nothing to that person. His personal life, his family life, his social life will suffer. These three are very dangerous expression of the anxiety or the mental agony that person suffers because of breaking up of relationship or being cheated and dumped in the relationship. These are the very common thing, but there are more to it. A logical person, a better human will think it in another way. Well, he has cheated me, then I'll have my revenge, but in a different manner. In what way? A logical mind, a mature person of elite order will take it in another way. It's okay. He has did this to me, or she has did this to me, and I shall have my own say. I'll make that person regret in my own way. Now that energy of that intense turmoil, that energy that has been accumulated in the person because of you know that been cheating or been cheated by somebody or done by somebody, you know that that sad energy, the energy of emotional turbulence, the energy of anger, that that person will use in constructive way. A logical man will use it in a constructive way. What he or she will do, he or she will focus in building his own career, in building his own status, in raising himself or herself in a higher level. That is an immense energy, you know. If that energy is focused in building one's own career, it can do miracle, my friend. It can do miracle. The energy of vengeance, the energy of frustration, the energy of depression, the energy of anger, if you direct to the upliftment of your career, if you direct to the upliftment of your living standard, or if you direct it to the upliftment of your overall personality, it can do wonder. Now, that person will invest in it. Will not forget what he or she has done to him or her, but he will remember and use that energy for the upliftment of his level. Now remember, after a few years, if that person raises his level from this level to that level, from level much higher than the person who has dumped him or her, if the person uses that energy to raise his or her level from the person who has dumped him or her to a higher level, remember, a day will come, the person who has dumped him or her will regret, might turn up and might try to compromise, might try to befriend you, might try to come closer to you, and at the time it will be your vengeance. Sweetly you can, politely you can deny, say that I'm too busy for this, I don't have time for these silly things. Remember what will be that his or her expression who has dumped you. That expression that you enjoy in his or her face will be your ultimate revenge. Revenge can be taken in this way, in a constructive way, without harming yourself or harming others, but by constructing yourself, your career. Now, the most intelligent person, this is the fourth dimension to it, the constructive dimension. The fifth dimension to it is that a person who has some wisdom will realize that no relationship in this universe is permanent. Either somebody dumps you, or leaves you, or you leave that person. Just for example, you were so much attached with your brother or sisters and your sibling, your mother, father. What happens? As age passes on, because of old age, your parents die and leaves you, right? No matter how much they love you or you love, you don't go with them. That's the reality of relationship. The relationship is temporary in this world. No matter how much you love your wife, or how much you love your lover or your husband, whatever, your lover, whatever, a time comes when that person suffers or setbacks, or when the person becomes nobody. Even then, if your love sustains, if he is dying, you don't die with him or her. This is very sad and bitter truth of relationship. No matter how much you love your children, the children when grows up, they used to have their own way. The relationship is temporary. Realizing this, person who has been dumped by others, who realizes this fact of temporary status of relationship in this world, will take to another dimension, the dimension of self-realization, the dimension where the person will be complete in oneself only. He or she will take to the world, take to his status in a quite different level. will invest all the energy and in self-realization. Investing all the energy in finding himself or herself, the true self. And while doing so, he will find the abundant, limitless treasure that is hidden here within oneself. And once, my friend, one finds this treasure within oneself, will be absorbed in oneself, will be complete in oneself. There is no need of other relationship. The relationship is fulfilled. That status that person will seek and will realize, and he will be free from this corrupted temporary world. He will be an immortal being. It's up to you what you want to. Either you want to get depressed and harm yourself, or you want to harm the person who dumped you, cheated you, or you want to cheat onto the others, or you want to take a sweet revenge that by raising your level and making that person repent, or to realizing the self. It's up to you. But the fourth one is better, and the fifth one is the best. God bless you.